Hi all, Happy New Year and welcome to my next Flosstube video. My name's Sally here at Dark Elves Crafty Corner on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you for joining me today. I've got my beginning of year / end of year WIP Parade. I know a lot of people do this at the end of the year, but I had a lot of stuff going on just over Christmas in regards to like family stuff and doing things like that, so I didn't get a chance to do it then. But yeah, I've tried to get it done as soon as I can into the new year. So yeah, as I say, it's a WIP Parade, so this will be showing everything that I've got going on at the moment. I did do a WIP Parade, I did a mid-year WIP Parade last year, and I also did a New Year's WIP Parade before. So what I'm going to do is, if there was any pieces in that first WIP Parade that I did, I will show my progress from that video so you can see what's been done over the entirety of the year rather than the mid-year progress. To be fair, a lot of the projects that have started, well, a lot of the projects that I'll be showing you today haven't been in that video. I have started a lot since that video, so yeah, there's a bit more to show you today, so let's get into it. So first of all, actually, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know WIP Parades are a way for a lot of people to find Flosstubers here on YouTube, so there may be some new viewers here, so I'll just let you know a bit about myself. So as I've already said, my name's Sally. I live in England, in the West Midlands. It's near Birmingham. I have 2 cats and a dog. We have Kiri, which is the dog, and Evie and Mungo are my little cats. They're 7 years old and our dog is 3. It's currently, well, it has been snowing over the past couple of days here, and she's a husky and she absolutely loves the snow, so it's been really nice to see her running around in the snow. We don't get it very often. I think she's 3 and I think we've only had snow twice or 3 times before, so it is a rare occurrence for her to go and enjoy that, but it's been lovely to see. I mainly do full coverage stitches, full coverage pieces. A lot of my pieces are half cross or tent stitch. I will get into each and every piece, but to be honest, most of my full coverages are half cross on 25 count, so I will discuss that when I'm doing them, but if I do forget, to be fair, they're mostly that. So yeah, I started stitching when I was about 10 years old. My auntie used to do it and she bought me a few little kits. I didn't really do much with it. I didn't really carry it on. I only bought it back up probably about 3 years ago, and that's when I started stitching quite a lot. So yeah, it's been really nice to continue on that journey, especially since I started such a long time ago. I think that's everything I've got to say about myself without boring you, so let's get into the WIPs, which is obviously why you're here, so we'll get into it now. So the first one is a bit of a strange one. Like I say, I wanted to include things from my first video, my previous WIP Parade. So in the last one I did have a piece called Astrology Cat. It was from Heaven and Earth and it's Ciro Marchetti, I believe. I am DNFing that. I wasn't happy with one of the colours. The fabric wasn't right. It wasn't, the threads weren't sitting correctly. It was the first large piece that I started since taking it back up, and I've learnt a lot since then. I think it was like a 20 count and I was using just the one strand and it seemed really gappy, and there's this one specific colour in it that just doesn't seem to sit right. I've looked on the mock-up and it's like this weird green colour. I've looked on the mock-up and it looks strange in the cat's fur. It seems to be dotted all over the piece. I did get in contact with Heaven and Earth and they said that yeah, it is the correct colour, and I really wasn't happy on it. I spent about I think I timed it and it was about 60 hours and I only got about 1.2% or something silly. I've just had a look, 2.63% I got to, and I wasn't happy with it. So considering I'd spent that long on it then, and I wasn't happy with it. I didn't want to risk spending any more time. I'll put the progress of where I got up to on that and the picture. But yeah, I won't be carrying on with that. So yeah. So next up we have a Bothy Threads kit for this fairy kit. So I really love this. In the next ones, in the pieces coming up, I will have the dates that I started, but because this is a pattern, paper pattern, I don't have it set up anywhere to like keep my progress. So I don't know when I actually started this piece. But at the minute, we have this. So again, I will put the progress up from the last video as well. It is really creased. It's been quite a few different hoops and scrunched up, and yeah, so I do apologise about that. It is a little bit messy. But yeah, we don't have much progress from the last video. I think I did some of this tree and some here, but there's not much progress. I do enjoy it. I haven't got very many paper patterns, and to be fair, it would be a good one to just get back out every now and then, because it's not too difficult. It's quite, as you can see from the picture, it's quite, there's like the tree's one colour, the fairy's black, so there is some sparkle in the wings. I have started that, even though you can't really see it, so I might end up taking that out and restarting that, because I'm not too happy with how the threads on that are lying. So I might do the rest of it, see how it goes, and then redo those sparkles. But yeah, I really like the kit. I just need to get on with it now. So next up we have Silver Moon Dragon from Dragon Muse on Heaven and Earth Designs. This one I did actually restart, and I'll be honest, I can't remember if I restarted before or after my previous video. It probably does say, but when I was just checking through, I was just looking at the percentages. So at the previous video I was at 1.2% with 1,215 stitches. It has 101,250 stitches altogether. This is my current progress. So now we are at 5,208 stitches for 5.14%. At the moment this is very plain. There's black and there is some brown in there as well. Not very much, and you can't really tell it's the really dark brown, but we are starting to make a progress into some of the other colours. I'm not sure if I said this, I started this on the 11th of November 2024. Again, I'm not sure if that was before or after I restarted it. So next up is basically the main attraction of my channel so far. Last year I took part in the Heaven and Earth Stitch Along, so the 2025 Stitch Along. I started on Innocent Dreams. In the previous video, it was the beginning of the year, but they did release the chart early, so I managed to get a head start on that. It was released early for everyone. So on the previous video I had 6% and 5,390 stitches complete, and that was the previous progress, and this is the progress now. I'm so proud about how much I've completed. This is the biggest one that I've got to near completion. So now we are at 66,256 stitches out of 85,264. So we're now at 77.71% completed. And I could not be more proud of the progress that I've made in this past year. Obviously I didn't complete it, so I didn't receive a free chart of my choice, but I did complete the 6 pages that you needed to get all the other charts that were included for the year. This wasn't my first choice for the actual chart, but my fiance wanted me to do this one. And I thought, as long as I get the 6 pages done, then I'll be able to get the one that I did want to do, which was Unicorn Valley. I'll put a picture up of that. So hopefully that might be get started once I've finished Innocent Dreams, unless I choose to start something else. I mean, knowing what we like, I'll probably just end up starting it anyway and just have quite a few on the go at one time, which is usual anyway. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting that, and I can't wait to get this finished and get it properly framed. My partner said he'll get it properly framed for me if I get it finished for my birthday. My birthday is in February, so I don't think that is likely at the moment. Although my goal for this year is to get 100 stitches completed every day. So far, I know it's only the 6th of Jan. The 6th of Jan. I have managed that every day so far, and usually I've gone a bit over. So there might be a chance of me getting that done, but I highly doubt it. But we'll see how that goes. So in my last video we had another piece. It was called Dead Butterfly. It was by X Stitch Pattern X, I believe. I'll put the picture up, and I know it has the link on there for what it was. I've actually completed that piece now. We were only at 51% last video, the last WIP Parade, but I have got this completed. There was supposed to be some pieces around, like some like flowers and leaves around, but I've decided not to do those, and I'm happy with how it is. So I just need to get these in one of the hoops. I have got another couple of patterns that I like it, so I think it'll be really nice to get some of those done and put up on the wall together. So yeah, I'm really happy that that one was finished. So those were all the pieces that were already started in my last video. So everything from now is a completely new piece that wasn't included in that last video. So yeah, there's been a couple of starts since that, so I'm looking forward to sharing those. So the first piece we have after this is a piece from Pandora X Stitch on Etsy. It is called Ghosts. So you don't have the best start. I don't have the actual numbers for this piece because you are supposed to complete the black. The black is supposed to be stitched, but I've chosen to do it on black fabric instead. I think that made a lot more sense. So the numbers that we have at the moment are 22,729 out of 51,296. So obviously those numbers aren't correct because I've had to mark off all of the black on the piece. To be fair, I haven't really done much progress on this through the year. Most of that was done in January and February. It's a really nice piece. I do like it, but I just haven't picked it up very much throughout the year. So hopefully I'll get back to that at some point. Next up we have Nevermore, which is part of the solo collection on Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this as part of my birthday start. This was my birthday start. Again, I haven't really got much done on this over the year because I've been focusing on my stitch along. This kind of got a bit neglected. It's very confetti heavy as well, so I was kind of struggling to keep up. It wasn't one of those where I could just kind of stitch whenever I wanted. I did have to have a bit of like quiet and concentration to be able to get it finished, or to get any progress on it, not even get it finished. So we are at 9,372 stitches out of 255,000 stitches, which gives us 3.68%. Sorry about the lighting, I can tell it keeps changing. I think it's because just holding up the different coloured fabrics and everything, so I do apologise that that keeps changing. But yeah, again, it's another one that I do enjoy stitching on. And once my stitch along is completed, I think I'll be able to put a lot more effort into a lot of my other projects that I'll be enjoying to do. So yeah. So next up is another Heaven and Earth Designs, which is Yumi. It's from Margaret Morales. I absolutely adore her work. There's quite a few of her patterns that I have bought off Heaven and Earth. Her artwork, just, I love it. I love all the colours, I love the style. It just really, it's just right up my street. So I'm really happy with a lot of her patterns. I've only started this one as of yet, but there are a couple that I do want to start quite soon. What I've decided is that I want to try and get a mini finished each year. So for this year, I'm planning on getting my Heaven and Earth stitch along finished. And then next year is Yumi, which is the one I'm planning to do. So this is where we are at the moment. So we've got all the butterflies coming in. That's her hair and the mask. So currently we are at 9,034 stitches out of 79,625 stitches. So that's 11.35%. I think I worked it out and I had a look, and I ended up doing about 110,000 stitches in 2025 altogether. So theoretically I should be able to get that done next year, but I also don't want to try it, well, next year, 2027. I also don't want to try and limit myself as to what I stitch on, because I've been doing the stitch along this year. I feel like some of the other projects have been neglected, and although I've seen a big amount of progress on that, and it means that it's built up really quickly, I've also missed working on some of the others. I was taking it a bit slower on the bunny once I'd completed the 6 pages, because I knew I wasn't going to get the full piece finished. I was able to just kind of get the 6 pages done and then kind of go at my own pace for that, but I still want to get that done, so it's still one of my focus projects. So we'll just have to see where the year takes us really, and what I want to start to carry on working on, and what I feel like working on at that time. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that she's got on her. Really happy with how it's looking. So next up we have a fox project. I'm not sure where this was from. I'll just see if I can get the details. It was definitely off Etsy. SA patterns, I believe. There are a couple of them and they're just really cute. I got this started in May. It was the 12th of May this year. No, it wasn't this year. 12th of May 2025. I expected that I'd get this done for the year. Be nice to hang up at Christmas. Of course I didn't. That's never going to happen. So there's the progress that we have so far. It has got a lot of back stitching in, so what I planned to do was do all the scarf, do the head, and then do the back stitching there, and then do the body and do the back stitching there. I've had to obviously kind of change that a little bit, just because of I don't want to put back stitching where body's missing and head's missing. So obviously the stitches need to lay underneath the back stitch, so I've covered those in a little bit. It's not a huge pattern. I've done 1,401 stitches out of 3,692 stitches, so I'm 37.95% through. I should get this finished for 2026, and then that'll be really nice to frame. I have got the panda one as well, and there's a rabbit which I've bought, and there's a couple of others as well that I just haven't got, but they're just really cute, and I absolutely love how they look. So I'm looking forward to starting some of those. I have got more of this fabric, so I'll be able to do the red panda that I've got on this fabric, and I think I've got enough to do the rabbit as well. I'll have to double check. So it'll be really nice if I've got a little collection that are just all on the same fabric. So next up we have another Heaven and Earth design. I'm going to put the name of the artist up because I just can't pronounce it. And this is Peacock Liaison. So I started this on the 14th of July this year, and this is the progress. I'm going to have to trust that you can see it because I can't see. Let's fold it a bit. So for this pattern I decided to start in the middle. I usually start at the top left corner, but there was a lot of confetti and it seemed all quite the same. So what I wanted to do was start in the middle and basically work my way out, because it would give me kind of like decisions and choices of where I could go. So at the minute we've got the peacock, one of the peacocks, and some of the background. There's a lot of this colour, so I wanted to work on some of the peacock, do a bit of background work on just bits and pieces to make sure that I didn't leave all this till the end. And what it means is that I've worked on the peacock. I wanted to work up a little bit. There's one of the lanterns here and I just wanted a bit of an easy stitch, and this is all the same colour, so I was able to just go straight there. And I think that's one of the things that I love about starting in the middle. I might do that with a couple of my new projects, because it does just give you that opportunity to go wherever you want. Obviously it's a bit more difficult to do that if you started in the top left corner. I really struggle with, it's like a blanket, it's huge. I really struggle with counting across with no stitches in between. My fabric is gridded, but even, I'll just stab myself. Even then, I still struggle a little bit with it, with the counting basically. I always want to make sure that it's 100% correct, and I don't want to carry on working if I don't know that it's correct. So at the moment we have 7,552 stitches out of 289,375. So that's 2.61%. It seems like, oh, I just did it again. I need to move that. So I think one of the things that I tend to do is make a great start on my projects and then they fizzle out a bit. Like I say, at the moment though, that is mainly to do with my stitch along, so I'm not too disappointed in that. And the last one we have is Cozy Winter Book Nook. This was started on the 31st of October in 2025. I absolutely love it. I didn't realise it is as big as it is when I first bought it. It's 800 by 640 stitches, so it's over 500,000 stitches big. It's by Rose Khan and I got this from Pain Free Crafts. It's of this a couple of people that I've seen doing this and I really like it. So I just definitely wanted to get started on it. I love purple and I love yellow, and there's quite a lot of that colour in. So yeah, not a huge start, but not too bad. So we have 5,396 stitches out of 512,000 stitches. So that brings us to 1.05%. I worked on this quite a lot when I went to some of the retreats I went to at the end of the year. So this is the middle again with some of the books, and I think the sofa comes in down here. So I'm really looking forward to, I say that for every piece, I'm really looking forward to working on this some more in the following year. So that is it. That's my WIP Parade for the beginning of 2026. No doubt there will be more starts throughout the year. I've already got 2 planned. I did want a New Year New Start, but I didn't have the fabric for it. I just wasn't prepared. I should have just got the fabric a little bit earlier and I would have been able to make a new start. So we'll just do another birthday start in February, and then we have a start planned in May. Other than that, I'll just carry on with my stitch along until that's finished. And I think after that it's free reign of if anything gets started or not. I did buy quite a few patterns in the Thread Geeks sale because a lot of them were retiring and you could get 4 patterns for the price of 2. So I ended up buying 24 patterns. It's highly doubtful that I'll ever get all of those completed because they're all quite big patterns, but I just couldn't miss out on the offer, and it was some of the ones that I've bought are really nice. A lot of the patterns I've found have a lot of black and sometimes red in, but most of the patterns I buy have black a lot in them. So I need to make a decision whether to start them on black fabric. There's a couple specifically that if I do start, I will definitely need to start on black fabric, because it's pretty much the whole background is black, and then there's the main focus. And it seems completely pointless to do just a full black background. I know it's a bit more difficult to work on, but I think the difficulty of working on the black fabric will be far outweighed by the ease of finishing it will be far outweighed by the difficulty of stitching on the black fabric. There'll be so many black stitches extra that don't need to be there. But yes, so that's everything. I really thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's not as long as some people's WIP parades, and it might not have been as exciting, but I do hope you have enjoyed it. And if you do enjoy it, then if you could please like and subscribe to see what progress we make on these pieces, it would be much appreciated. So yeah, until next time, I hope you have a lovely week, weekend, month, everything, and yeah, happy stitching. Bye.